the Chicago Blackhawks have won the NHL draft lottery, they're going to be picking first overall, 99.99, however many 9% chance that's going to be Connor Bedard going to Chicago, and the Blue Jackets falling to third in the draft order, as is per usual with these NHL lotteries for Columbus. The way we found out that the Blue Jackets were going to be drafting third overall is definitely not going to help with people who already think the NHL lottery is rigged, where they didn't even flip the card over, but Kevin Weeks, who was doing like the analysis of the picks, already said that the Columbus had dropped. They were the first drop, and that was between Anaheim and Chicago for the first overall pick. That had already been determined before ESPN went to commercial break, and it was just a huge cluster. What even was that? We had it spoiled before we could even be disappointed. Where it was a loud reaction from me when I heard it live on air, not in a good way, obviously, but yeah, this is par for the course. And while third overall isn't the worst situation for the Blue Jackets, they could have fallen all the way to fourth. This certainly isn't a good one. So unless either Anaheim or Chicago get brainworms and decide to accept a trade with Yarmo for one of their picks, that's going to be no Bedard or Fantilli for the Blue Jackets in this draft. So it'll be really fun watching them destroy the league for the next, 10 to 15 years. But hey, we will always have Emil Bemstrom's tying goal to send the game to overtime against the Penguins when both teams are already eliminated from the playoffs in the second to last game of a lost season. So while we're watching the next 10 to 15 years of Bedard and Fantilli unfold, we will always have that memory to hold on to. Now, I am wearing the Don't Freak shirt, so I'm not going to get in a yelly, screamy rage. I'm not going to throw a complete hissy fit because, honestly, again, this is par for the course for Columbus Blue Jackets NHL lottery happenings. I guess I should just, eat my vegetables and, again, just lament on the fact that they could have picked fourth. It could have been worse, but still, to pretend that try to put some spin on this like this is a good thing that actually happens, I doubt that whoever the Jackets pick at third is going to end up being better than Bedard or Fantilli. But again, that's not a guarantee. Maybe this could turn into these two picks are going to be the biggest busts in NHL history, and the third pick is going to be the best guy in the whole league. Whatever. I don't have any answer for that as far as that goes. But again, without those points against Pittsburgh, they would have had the spot that Anaheim was in, which means they would have been second. Chicago still would have won the lottery, and that would have stunk, but at least the consensus, top-line centers of Bedard and Fantilli, who are definitely top-line center prospects, would have been at least in the Jackets' control. But, there are some good options at three still. This was, Leo Carlsson is definitely still seen as a very legit, very good center prospect. But there are some rumblings that the Blue Jackets like Will Smith a little bit more. John Davidson saying that, they're either way, they're going to leave Nashville at the draft with a center, so they're not going to be picking Michkov under any circumstances. That's what the front office, their messaging is getting out. So whoever the Jackets prefer at three is, I'm assuming, who they'll pick. What they do with the Kings' first-round pick is still up in the air, but yeah, this kind of sucks, but it is what we've come to expect for the Blue Jackets lottery results throughout their franchise history. It's kind of short and sweet because there's not much else to say. Thank you all for watching this video. Leave a like and a subscribe if you feel like it. I will see you at the next one.